Hello everybody and welcome back to another quick Java tutorial, and today we will be learning about variables. We're only going to talk about integers, the doubles, and strings in this small tutorial, and it is to help us better understand those three variables so that way we can make a text-based calculator, which is this right here. It's in here. So the first thing we're going to do is type public static void main in parentheses string, in parentheses string, brackets, args, curly brace, enter. That is crucial, like I said in the last episode, because it is the main method in this new project file that we have. Okay, now what's next? We want to make an integer, right? Java already has a small little command for this, and we call it int. Then we need to name this integer. Let's call it num1. And now if we hit semicolon, that's good enough for Java. Currently, Java says, okay, you made an integer and you called it num1. The issue with that is it has absolutely no value. And we could easily just go num1 equals 0. And technically, we just initialized it, which means we gave it a set value for 0, and then eventually, down the line, we could change it to num1 equals 1. Now, Java would go, okay, hey, you made an integer. Okay, its value is 0. Now the value is 1. So if we were to output this, if we ran this code and outputted num1, it would give us 1, even though we initialized it up here. This right here is just an extra line of code. There's no real point in doing this, because if we go all the way at the top over here to our int num1, we can just say equals 0. And it's crucial to initialize variables because in older programming languages, and even sometimes in Java, that could be a massive just malfunction, like you didn't even notice it kind of error, and your program will freak out if it doesn't have a value occasionally. So we did that. We initialized our variable integer num1 equals 0. So type of variable, variable name, value. Currently this guy says, hey, you haven't used num1 yet. We will eventually. The next one we're going to talk about is double, and we're going to call it num2, and we're going to have it equal 0.0. And now you might notice that I didn't have it equal 0. I could have, it wouldn't have gotten upset with me, but an integer has to be a whole number, and the double can be a decimal value, and that's why we use doubles over integers in certain situations. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over string. Notice how integer and double were not capitalized. A string is absolutely going to have to be capitalized. We're going to call it, not sting, string. Let's go with, I don't know, Batman equals, in quotation marks, I'm Batman. And we're going to space it out a little bit for the sake of making it look nice. Okay. And then semicolon. So yet again, we've got a variable, the name of the variable, and its value. And in the case of a string is words, so this is its value, this is our double's value, and this is our integer's value. It's a really simple formula. Type of variable, name of variable, value. Now, in our last episode, we did our system.out.print line, and we said, hello world. We'll throw in a few exclamation points there. If we ran this code, all we did was add some variables, but we're still going to print hello world. And this is a string. We printed a string called hello world. If we get rid of these quotation marks, what we're going to do is have Java yell at us. They're going to be like, hey, this isn't a string anymore. You want us to do something with this hello and this world exclamation point kind of thing. But what you might not know is you can actually print variables. If I print num1 right here, it's going to print 0. Boom. If I add quotation marks around num1, it'll be just like hello world, and it'll print literally num1. And now the really cool part about system.out.println is you can actually do some math with this. So instead of keeping these guys at 0, I'm going to change our double value to 1.8, and our integer value to, let's say, 37. Okay, so now these have assigned values. We're going to do system.out.println num1 times num2. And now all it's going to print out num1 times num2. It's not going to store it. It's just going to pop it out onto our screen, right? Let's test it. Yeah, that's exactly what it does. 66.6, lots of zeros, and then 1 at the end. There we go. Let's do num1 plus num2. Boom. Oh my goodness. Let's fix that. Okay, num1 plus num2. Boom. Let's run with it. Okay, 38.8. Now, we can do something kind of cool. We can say print Batman plus num1. Now, I don't know if you might not know what might happen, but it's going to print I'm Batman followed by 37. Woo, I'm Batman 37. Now that we know that system.out.println can do math for us, it can print out variables in which we assign values of words like sentences. I could write a 5-paragraph essay in this string and print it if I wanted to. This is going to be crucial to making our calculator. Now all we need to do to make that calculator is learn how to take input, and that I will save for next episode. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.